power, infinite power, infinite power, infinite power, infinite power, infinite power. Infinite power.
This was good.
Yeah, so last time you spent a long time trying to deboobify a trap. The glittering foreign coin, alien coin in the snow, and then there was screaming, and then you ran to the pond that was there that we have named Lake Maybegone, and you saw a classic 1950s style UFO rise out of the pond with the glowing lights on the top and the domes around the ring spinning and probably making definitely making like that 50s like sound effect, right? Like the woo kind of thing.
Can you do that again? That was awesome.
I'm trying to remember what it sounded like in the Godzilla movie where they take Godzilla and Rodan to Planet X. Like that's what I'm envisioning in my head, which is maybe a deep cut for some people. I've seen that movie 9,000 times.
Just as a lesson learned, things that sound good in our head don't necessarily sound good.
Oh. Ouch. It hurts.
Deboobify. I'm talking about my mouth, man.
Not my deep cut. Yeah, so it's making a weird sound. And you saw Brett and Tad were there shouting. You saw Brittany being pulled up into a beam of light and phasing into the ship. And so I'll give you all a chance to react to that before I actually have a plan this week, which may turn into the plan for next week. But I have a plan for a change, so we'll give you guys a chance to react to what you see.
So my character, I think we chose as one of her flaws, this is Aelin, that Aelin was superstitious. So superstition would be more religious than sci-fi, right?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
So then, for her, this would be deeply unsettling. So I'm going to say she is stupefied. She's sitting there staring awkwardly because it doesn't align with what her beliefs of the world are.
Yeah, point. Superstition, I would say, like, if not religious, then, like, kind of, like, mythological types of stuff. Yeah. Right?
And so this would be very confusing to her, because she would not have seen the world this way.
Urban legend stuff. Yeah, like, yeah, this wouldn't fall into that type of a view.
But it would fit more with Sam, right?
Yeah, so Sam being the hot-tempered loner weirdo she's just absolutely furious at this turn of events. Not only is she cold, but now there's...
Not only is she cold. First problem is it's cold out. The second problem...
First place. Right. First of all, there's a couple of inches of snow, which is ridiculous. Second is that this whatever this is in the sky. So she's gonna I almost said advance on Brett, but she's gonna go she's gonna go try and not rescue, but make sure everything's okay with the two that are not being abducted.
Okay.
But but is mad about it. But it's like, you know when your kid is about to fall in the pond?
How dare you make me see?
It's like, I'm gonna save you, but what are you doing? That big like upset parent energy coming off of Sam.
I'm saving you because I have a moral obligation to you, but I'm not happy about it.
Correct. You ain't happy about it.
and we're gonna talk. We're gonna talk when we get in the car.
Right. Oh, there's a talk coming. Morons doing. In fact, that's what she said. What are you morons doing?
Getting abducted.
Because she's blunt.
Yeah. Oh yeah. They're screaming. Screaming, yelling. Tad is just nonsensical. Brett, you see Brett grab. He's like looking around for a weapon, and what would he do? He picks up a rock and he throws it at the spaceship, and it misses by like 100 feet.
What?
But he's like, "Give me back my Brittany, bring me back my girlfriend," like that kind of.
Will you shut up, man? Says Sam.
Yeah.
Not to Andy. Like, I feel bad. Like that came off as me saying that to you. No, Sam says that to Brent.
Okay. It's cool. Yeah, it doesn't really register with him. He's distraught. Does Brett own a guitar? I feel like if Brett owned a guitar, he'd be playing some. He's gonna play some. Yeah. He can play the first couple of lines of Stairway to Heaven is what is going to be happening tonight. But it's going to make him more morose because he's going to be like, she was taken up into a spaceship. That's kind of like a Stairway to Heaven. That was such a good joke that nobody appreciates.
I got you.
Yep.
It's okay, Shauna will laugh.
Shauna will laugh. Yeah, I mean, Stairway doesn't fit the aesthetic of 1992, but maybe that's the song for this week. I didn't go through the playlist.
Pink Floyd, because Pink Floyd has some pretty easy strings too.
Yeah,
that's
1992.
The Sam's instinct is to get out of here, but she knows she can't leave people to be what she can only be experimented upon.
Mm-hmm.
She's going to try and...
Aelin would then, when she snapped out of it because Chris is doing all this stuff, she would go and try to, because Sam's doing this, she'd go try to protect Chris, because Chris is going to start doing something stupid.
Oh, no, it's first contact. What are you talking about? We need to do something. She's prepared.
There's part of me that also wants you to try and still do some, test tubes on the water.
She needs to figure out if it left any residue. Yeah. She's like, you guys make fun, but as a conspiracy theorist, one of her possible strengths is that she's always prepared.
Listen, it's not a conspiracy if it's true.
Exactly. She's not neurotic. She's not neurotic.
So you feel
irrational.
validated.
Oh yeah, she's excited. She's actually excited that maybe Brittany will be returned after being abducted, and then maybe she could potentially run some tests on.
And there's data to be collected.
Yes. Where there's data, there's a way. Oh my gosh! And then she'd have a picture of Data because he's just dreamy.
Still trying to extricate ourselves.
Have you ever seen the documentary Trekkies?
No, is it great?
Oh, you should watch it. There's a woman in there, and just to be safe, apologies if you happen to be listening to this, but there's a woman there who is obsessed with Brent Spiner, and she had a shoebox or something of pictures that she had cut out from magazines, and she shows them to the camera, and she says that every day she has to take her Brent break where she just goes and takes like 15 minutes to like look through her shoebox, and it's very earnest. It's like future Chris, maybe.
Oh, that's so sweet.
Yep.
I've disclosed on this show that I am named after a character in Star Trek, right?
No, you have not.
No.
Oh, yeah, April. Yeah, my mom, she was sitting in a military hospital with her husband overseas, and decided to go with a different name than they decided on. Instead, she went with the name of the chick who made out with Captain Kirk while I was coming into the world.
But there's so many chicks he's made out with.
The one while I was being born now.
You're gonna have to be more specific.
But yeah.
The Namesters of Triskelion. Her name is Shauna. She gets a planet after beating people up.
Wow.
That is amazing.
That's fantastic.
All the brains.
Live long and prosper, Shauna.
My mom is a huge fan of the Andy Griffith Show, and I always asked if that's why they named me this. My mom gets really mad whenever I bring it up, which makes me think that it might be true.
Yeah, but it's not authorized by her father.
I don't know. My mom's argument that they just like the name is that they would have named my brother Barney, which they didn't. But I don't think that that's necessarily the strongest point that my mom thinks it is. So once in a while I'll bring up like my namesake Andy Griffith, and my mom gets super pissed.
Oh, this is hilarious.
Yep. I've seen every episode of the Andy Griffith Show. To the point where my family still makes references to it.
Nice.
Right. Yeah. So that's just a random piece of trivia for the podcast. You want to tweet me your favorite Andy Griffith moments, particular to the kerosene cucumbers, personally.
Yes. Yes.
Or Ernest T.
Okay,
Bass.
so Chris.
Anyway, so
That's you.
yeah, so Chris.
Another Star Trek moment.
Yeah. Yep.
Look, you guys can't joke, because this is important. It's first contact. Remember, they have that very special rule. You know, the Vulcans have their rule that they don't make first contact with
That's the prime directive.
Yep.
Yes.
Yep.
So she'd be like, okay, first, well, if she was close enough to Brett, I think she'd try to knock him down for throwing a rock at her beloved spaceship. Right?
You should try. Make her try.
Make her try.
Yeah.
Is she gonna like push Brett?
Right. Yeah.
Okay. Make
He threw a rock. He threw a rock at the spaceship. Come on.
Fight.
Well, he's not paying attention, so this is just gonna be like if she's just gonna push him, then I think it's just brawn.
She can swipe the leg.
in her snow pants.
She may need to yell that while she does it.
Yeah.
Yep, swipe the leg.
In her snow pants.
Oh my god. Okay, so am I rolling?
Yeah, I want you to roll. If you're just gonna push him, I think it's just a brawn check. But if you're gonna actually try to sweep his leg or kick him or something, then
she might try.
It's fight.
When did Karate Kid come out? It would have been out.
It would have been out by '92. It must have been.
Oh,
yeah.
For sure.
So yes, Sensei.
So will she try to crane kick? 1984. It came out in '84. Yep.
She's gonna try.
She's gonna try to crane kick him. Wonderful.
Yeah, man.
Yep.
Oh my god, with her hat and her little light on her head.
Yep, and her and her for the conspiracy theorist, fight is a
D12.
Is a 12.
D10.
The fight is 12.
Okay, which
for her.
one? Is it this one? Wait.
Yes.
Wait, how is it that the influencers do?
We are nothing if not influential.
So, oh my god. Alright, ready?
Yep.
I think we could have potentially used this.
Yeah, we need to work Magic 8 Ball in.
There's a plus. There's also do you get a +1 on that or no?
Why?
Well, mine has a +1. That's strange because I printed it right off the website. Never mind.
Maybe they
This might be cooler than ours.
maybe they updated it. I don't know. But
It's the Bieber hair. All right. I'm gonna roll. Ready?
yep.
Get it?
Kick his ass, I will. No suit and lab coat. 10.
It's almost the highest, right?
Yeah, I was thinking 10 or better. So where is she going to try to kick him? So keep in mind
She's
there's...
gonna try to do the cane, so crane, but she's
Yep.
she's short, so she might end up kicking him in the nuts.
Oh no, this is gonna hurt him.
Why not?
I mean, because she's short. Let's be honest.
Yep.
I mean, she's not exactly like a Karate Kid, so it's not like she'd have the. She's not particularly athletic, so she probably won't have the physicality to reach his head.
Yeah, there's no way.
So she's going to be able to hit wherever she can, which.
Also, she has snow boots and a snowsuit on. She's not getting
I know.
Yeah.
this.
Yep. Oh, yeah.
So you just have to be honest by,
But it's like, it's the adrenaline. Yeah, it's an adrenaline rush. She's been waiting for this her what she would say her entire adult life, I think is what Chris would say.
Wonderful.
My
so-
entire existence has been primed for this moment.
So she sees Brett throw the rock. It misses. I mean, this thing is like a few hundred feet in the air, and there's no way. And the rock just kind of plops sadly into Lake Maybegon, and then Chris comes running up. Bandoliers of test tubes rattling, the nylon snow pants rubbing together, and she, and I think she announces like crane kick, and then is able to almost like she might like hyperextend her leg a little bit, and she just Rochambeaus him. Squarely, and like Three Stooges style, he doubles over, his knees cross, his eyes bug out a little bit.
Because he's too manly to wear a snowsuit.
Oh yeah, no high school boys wearing a snowsuit.
And he's got jeans and t-shirt on.
Yep.
Maybe a long sleeve one.
Yeah.
Well, he'll have the leather jacket.
Oh, Letterman's jacket. Yeah, you're right. He'll have that.
Yeah, he's got his varsity leather jacket on. Yep. So he goes down. Tad is laughing now. Tad thinks this is the best thing ever that Brett just got his ass kicked by a little girl.
It wasn't his ass, but okay, that's fine.
In the parlance of our times.
I love the idea that it was that struck the terror of the moment.
Yep. Oh yeah, it's very Beavis and Butthead. It's a very Beavis and Butthead.
Yes.
Right.
In our 90s theme.
Oh, for sure. Yeah. So, what's Sam gonna do?
Yeah, Sam's closest.
Sam is gonna try.
Oh, that's right. So Sam was just gonna march up and try to check on them.
She was gonna try and get everybody out of there because there's no saving Brittany. She's gone.
Written her off. Yep.
Well, she's either gonna come back or she's not. But Sam's not sticking around to find out. So she's going to try and collect Brett up off the ground. Did he fall over, or did he just?
Oh, he's on his knees. He went down.
I'm gonna try and pull him up by his shoulder. Tell him try and yell at everybody. We need to get out of here right now.
Okay.
I think Aelin's going to throw a wrench in this because we're making protective is one of her strengths, but we're also making it her greatest weakness as well. So she is going to, in true Aelin fashion, go after Brittany completely without any hope of getting Brittany.
So Aelin...
To which Sam will go, what are you doing? That's the opposite! What?
So Aelin runs to the light.
Yes.
Don't go into the light.
So she...
That Aelin's running towards the light.
I wish that I knew somebody who was an artist, because I would love to see this like drawn out like a comic, because it would be incredible. So Aelin runs to the light, and suddenly there's this ear-piercing, like almost like the feedback from like a microphone, like something like that. Right? We all know that. It's that, like, 150 decibels, like, just knockout. And so, there's a screech. Each of you grab your ears reflexively. Poor Brett doesn't know if he's coming or going now. He doesn't know how to defend himself. Yeah. And where do I want to start with this? I guess Aelin, because she ran to the light. Aelin, it's like instantaneous. You're at the diner. You don't remember how you got to the diner.
Okay.
You have on. It feels like. You've been working for, this is like the longest shift you've ever had. The paper hat that Pierre makes you wear feels like it's just like clinging damp to your head now. Everything, you feel like just drenched in sweat. You hear Pierre barking at you in his weird French, but like made up like Pepe Le Pew French that he's barking. Even like he might be so aggravated that his actual American accent slips out. And I want Pierre. I feel like Pierre probably has like a. Maybe we should make Pierre like Cajun.
I'm Creole French. We can make him Creole French. Yeah.
There we go. Yeah. Yeah. How he got up to this part of the world, who knows?
Yep.
But. Yeah, Pierre has...
Hey, I was in the Seattle area. It can happen.
Yeah, well, for sure, yeah. So he has this weird patois he's developed. He's the only person in the country who speaks this way. So he is barking at you. You look around, like, every table has people at it. You see Mrs. Stark, the principal. You see teachers from your school. You see Mr. Gray also sitting with Mrs. Stark. What do you want to do? What is Aelin's reaction to this?
And you said she's just not super aware?
Just like... Yeah. Like,
so I'm say... I've had these kind of jobs that I was actually a server. You kind of go into, I'm not a human, I'm a server mode, and you just start doing things, like on complete zombie mode.
Yep.
So she would know that the principal and Mr. Gray are important, so she would make sure that the most important clients are getting the service, because she'd be worried that because if she's not remembering things, she'd be like, oh shoot, did I forget about them?
Yep.
So the first thing she'd do is go check in with them to make sure they're happy.
Yep. So she makes a beeline for that table, and you feel a tug on your sleeve, and it's somebody asking for more coffee.
Yes, thank you. Oh, I'm so sorry. Yeah, I'll get you that right now.
Yep. So she goes and grabs the coffee pot, tries to pour a refill, and then somebody else stops her and asks for... what would they say? They want a side of fries. Mustard, yeah, yes, of course. How could we forget the mustard? Yes, their mustard is out. Can we get a mustard refill? And it's just this nonstop, right?
The mustard was out.
The mustard was out. Listen, Maple Oak has some damn fine mustard.
I don't know if I've ever been to a place where that's true, but I love it.
It's the Mustardium.
So she's just being run ragged, bouncing around.
Every time she tries to get
in the zone, trying to just do her job.
Every time she tries to get close to the table, somebody interrupts her, asking for something else, or a new table comes in, or Pierre probably has a bell.
Okay.
It's like the order up bell, and I think he's abused that bell. Maybe Pierre goes through like several bells.
I would feel a lot of
he hits them
anxiety
so
if
hard.
I had forgotten about a customer and couldn't get to them.
Yep.
Because I would be afraid they're going to leave a really mean note or say something to the manager.
Yep. And so like new people come in, and Aelin takes their order, but like the orders are becoming increasingly complicated. Maybe people are ordering stuff that's not on the menu. And it starts off as like they might reference like a secret menu at the place.
It's like Starbucks.
Kinda, yeah. And she would know like there are people that Pierre has made special stuff for in the past for various reasons, but then it turns into like just like stupid stuff, right? Like, can I get a Big Mac? And you're like, but we don't have that, you know, or somebody orders something like really ridiculously fancy that wouldn't be at just like yep.
Beef Wellington.
Yeah.
Yes.
What's the catch of the day?
Yes.
From Lake Mabydon.
From like, yeah. Oh god, yeah.
Just coexist.
Yep. Yeah. So that is where Aelin is. So Sam, where's someplace stressful that we could put Sam?
Well, let me put a fly into the ointment. Let me put a fly into the ointment.
To the mustard?
Into the mustard. Can I do a grit check to resist this
oh sure.
this piercing
Yep.
this piercing damage or this piercing noise?
Sure. Grit. Oh, and you got a 20 on grit.
My said no.
The children always were right.
Yep.
He's listening and he went, no.
No.
That's the most important word in the world.
Yep. Oh yeah.
That's what they hear the most, too. No.
Okay, so 17. So that's my D20.
Okay. So Sam starts to go down. Her vision starts to tunnel, right? And right. she would hear voices like around her about
like intelligible voices. Or like murmuring.
No, like intelligible voices of whatever like this nightmare would be for her, and I'm not sure if it would be like play rehearsal.
Detention, because play rehearsal Aelin would have to be at, or not Aelin, Sam would have to be at, right?
Well, if I failed the check, it was going to be play rehearsal.
Okay.
Back to being the evil Christmas tree or whatever. Back to call that a callback into Biz.
Yeah.
What it was going to be had I failed the check.
Yeah. So you can like faintly hear like Mrs. Rockwell like yelling stuff, and you have this sense of like you can't remember your lines, but you didn't think you had lines, but you're able to shake it off, and it
right, like deep breaths, hands on my head, but
yeah,
but deep breaths, breathing through the anxiety of the situation.
Yeah, so it kind of feels almost like a dizzy spell.
Okay.
Right, like a little nauseous, a little uncertain. Your vision is starting to blur a little bit, and there's definitely like that weird sense of like trying to remember a dream.
Right.
You know, like something bad happened, but by the time you have a chance to tell somebody, it just comes out as like, I had this crazy dream, and
I don't really. It's all very foggy, but trust me,
I was there.
I get.
It was wild.
So there's this this wave of nausea and anxiety that comes over over Sam, with an understanding that this is not what it seems to be.
Yep. Yeah. Okay, and so what about Chris? What would a very stressful place for Chris to be? Like, what would that look like?
A place for her to be?
Yeah, like, what would be a stressful situation?
Delivering for her parents, or...
I think it's gym class, man.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Gym class. Gym class has to be the worst.
Yep.
I mean, because she's really good with her hands in terms of having great dexterity, but it's not a whether or not you can put the pipette inside the test tube kind of
This would
thing.
be a dodgeball kind of thing, because people are mean to the weird kid at dodgeball.
Yes.
And she has long arms and big feet.
Oh yeah, definitely dodgeball.
Okay.
So she's at that stage where she can't run like in any kind of coordinated fashion.
Yep.
So gym class, whether it's, for example, the stupidest exercise I've heard, where you have to climb the stupid rope without the knots. What is that? And so, like, I think that's a torture device. Yep. I'm sure. I wouldn't know. Anyways, and so any kind of physical activity that requires coordination, she knows she's going to be crap at.
Yep.
And this is someone who likes to be good at everything she does.
Yep.
So gym class would definitely be something that would make her sweat.
All right, let me look up a TV show. So, Joan, have you ever heard of the show American Gladiators?
Oh!
Yes. Oh, God.
Hooray.
Yeah, and so Chris, her vision starts off as gym class, right? And she's being picked for dodgeball, and she's been picked last so many times that this is just like she's checked out. Like, obviously I'm going to be picked last, and there's an odd number of kids in the class, and so then the gym teacher is going to have to put her somewhere, and she's
then everybody goes, got
yeah, and so she walks over to her team, and like as she's walking over, a single spotlight hits her, and there's like an announcer, like a PA announcer, and she looks around, and as she turns, like her gym like transforms into like an American Gladiators set with like the Nerf ball cannons and the giant cargo net to run up, but it's dodgeball in the American Gladiators arena.
Also, they're throwing stuff at you while you're trying to climb things.
Yeah, I'm sure I'm positive there was a game like that.
Oh my gosh.
And Chris looks down, and she is wearing like a really embarrassing like American Gladiators singlet as well.
Yeah, because they made the women half naked.
Yep.
Oh, like kind of like a tank kind of top, and then like poor thing.
This is making me anxious in real life, just so everyone knows.
That's what I was going for.
Anxiety.
That's what I was.
All the pretend anxiety is making me very sweaty.
Yep.
Look, you know, some things I think would torture.
I loved American Gladiators.
Oh yeah, watched it all the time. Yep.
Oh my god.
Yep.
Not to share that.
Let me pull it up. I just need to open Skype on my other device. Oh man, poor thing. She'll have a headband.
Oh, a full headband.
And the balls like bounced off her face.
For these poor children.
Yep.
Well, our gym uniform at school was, wait for it, white. White.
Oh no.
It was a nightmare.
And so just to ramp up, specifically Mike's anxiety, part of Chris's vision, so she's in this embarrassing thing. I need to look at the chat just to see.
This is real bad.
Oh yeah.
Stuff is even open.
Yep. Yep.
Oh, finally we see Beaver's face.
She looks over and Brad is there too. Brad is there, also in an embarrassing like muscle man singlet. I want Brad for the full Arrested Development, like full George Michael Bluth thing. Brad is wearing like the like a muscle man bodysuit underneath his singlet to make himself look buff, but he's still just a pudgy 12-year-old boy under.
Yes. Because middle school is the best time of everyone's development.
Yup.
So what? I'm still a little. What happened to Sam? Like physically, like
Sam. She went down. She dropped her hands and knees with the screeching, but she is still conscious. She would see everybody else is knocked out.
Everyone else is knocked out. That's what I was wondering. Is what is she did not get knocked out?
She did not get knocked out. She sees.
Is Sam having like a hallucinatory effect? Like she's part there, part somewhere else?
Yeah.
But does she see her friends? Quote unquote. We'll use that term loosely.
Friend. Yeah.
We got in some shenanigans. Does she see Aelin and Chris knocked out?
Yes, she does. And Brett and Tad are also out.
Okay.
Yep.
So
Brett is down. Brett, you know how toddlers sleep, like butt in the air. That's how Brett is. Yep. Because
of Fox in
Back to the Future.
Yes.
Yes. Face smeared into the snow.
Yeah.
He's got like one hand over his ears trying to cover up, and the other hand trying to just still recover from the low blow or the crane kick.
Do I have enough kinesthetic control to try and crawl over, like drag myself across the snow, or am I pretty incapacitated?
No, you can. Yep.
So I'm gonna try and one arm underneath and one arm over the back.
Yep.
Is how Brett is sleeping. So I'm gonna try and drag. Sam's gonna try and drag herself across the freshly driven snow.
Yep.
To Aelin to try and like gently push her, but it ends up being more of just a shove.
Okay.
Like she's trying to like. Right, exactly. Like it's when. So her arm weighs like 45 pounds, and she's trying to like gently tap with it. So this ends up just thudding on her eye. I don't know if that's gonna do anything, Aelin.
But I'm getting beat up now.
Do you need me to roll anything for that? Do you need me to roll a brawn?
No, because it's you're basically just like funking her with like dead weight. Right. But in the vision or in like the nightmare that Aelin's having, I think it should have some kind of ramification. So I think like in her dream, like a little kid throws something at her and hits her in the side of the head. But and
then I drop the coffee pot.
Yeah.
What would get thrown at you in a diner?
A roll.
Yeah. Yeah.
Or a basket of rolls. Multiple
basket of rolls.
Yeah, yep. And she drops the coffee pot. And probably like mutters a curse. As like the stress of the nightmare is getting to her. So like Sam might hear her mumble like "God damn it" or something like that. But like she's still out cold.
Okay, so my life just got worse.
Yeah. Oh yeah. You're having a bad time.
Thanks, Sam.
Yep.
Sorry.
Cheddar biscuits.
He's got hit in the eye, in the face with cheddar biscuits.
Yes. Cheese biscuits down the side of my face. It was not only painful but greasy.
So I need some names of American Gladiators. Like, who are some of the specific people?
They all had like fake made-up names.
Oh
right?
yeah.
Like,
Oh no, it was like ice and pyro and
yeah.
stuff like that.
Malibu, Gemini, Zap, Nitro.
Zap!
Nitro.
Real grimdark 90s stuff.
Yup. Zap.
For the girls, it was Jet, Laser, Lightning, Nightshade.
Nightshade.
Nice.
So I like laser and I like
Amazon,
Gemini.
Flame, Gold,
Yup.
Phoenix, Rebel, Rio, Rocket, Scorpio, Siren, Vogue.
There's so darn many of them.
Oh, I'm sure they cycled through like
Wikipedia.
I'm sure they went through bodybuilders like crazy. I mean, it's only how many like what's the syndication paycheck worth like compared to being known as Zap? You know what I mean? I'm a grown adult. Call me Zap.
Oh my god, the winner of season 1 was called Weininger Aelin. I don't even know how to pronounce that.
Where are they from?
I'm gonna post it. Maybe one of you has a better, like, I just know the first part looks like Wiener,
So,
Weininger Irwin.
Yeah.
Huh.
is the sound still emanating from the spaceship? Is it an ongoing thing?
It's getting fainter because this ship is it's not going straight up. Well, actually, no. Let's say that it did because this is like 1950s physics. Straight up in the air and then a horizontal
Okay, so it
fly away.
Zipped out of here.
Yeah, it's out of here. Yep.
And Brittany's with it?
Brittany is with it. Yep. Aelin.
Well, there goes my plan to try and shuffle over to the Polaroid. to the old Insta Polaroid.
Yeah,
Okay.
Yeah. So Chris, in your vision, it's you and Brad in his Muscle Man outfit. It is great. Dodgeballs in hand, and you're looking across at two just chiseled American Gladiators, also holding dodgeballs. And you hear the announcer talking about like describing the rules because now there's a crowd, there's an audience present.
Lord.
To Chris's eyes, like the stadium bowl just goes on and on. Yes, that is a great picture. That poor boy. The spike though, the hair on that kid is great.
These show notes are going to upset or really. This is for a select niche audience, but they're going to love it.
Everyone else is going to think we're insane.
Well,
but that's okay.
Well,
and they got American Gladiators, they got Cheddar Bay Biscuits.
We are professors in a pandemic. Like, how could we, as higher ed is burning,
disintegrating before our very eyes.
Yes, accelerating into the iceberg. It's like the captain of the Titanic saying, like, we're gonna jump it. Right?
Yes.
We're gonna jump it.
Where's the door?
Lest we cry.
Yep. So,
Punch it, Chewie.
yeah, punch it, Chewie. Yep. Water skiing behind it as it collides into the iceberg.
So it's you and it's Chris
It's me and
Kyle
Brad.
versus Ice and Laser.
Yep.
Yes.
Yeah.
I feel like Chris would, looking at some of her traits as the conspiracy theorist, she may actually use Brad as a shield. I mean, the balls are just I'm literally gonna bounce off of those muscles. Might feel.
I like that she
take
did the
some
math,
edge.
and she's like, "Oh, that suit is going to protect him better than muscles ever will."
Yes.
Because, like, I mean, there is the part where she's, like, deceitful and neurotic. So I figure, hey, maybe she's going to use him as a shield against, is it ice and laser?
Yeah. I support this vision.
And actually, probably to make it more stressful, like the announcer, I'm trying to remember the guy's name. I know there's a football player who was one of the broadcasters.
Let me see.
I should know the guy's name too. I'm going to recognize
Joe
this.
Theismann.
Joe Theismann was it? Yep.
And Larry Zonka.
Larry Zonka.
There's the Mike guy. I'm not going to pronounce his name because I don't.
It was Larry Zonka for sure.
Mike something.
Gladiators. I'm going to know it as
Adamley.
Mike Adamley. Yep. Mike Adamley and Larry Zonka. Yep. There just like are more and more gladiators showing up on the other side against you and Brad. And Mike Adamley is selling this as like, can the gladiators possibly overcome this unstoppable force of Bad News Brad and Chrysanthemum?
Muscles.
Yep.
Good night, everybody. Amen. And Shiraz.
Oh my god.
And the Iron Butterfly. Chrysalis.
The Iron Butterfly Chrysanthemum.
I'm the flower.
That's right, Chrysanthemum, not Chrysalis. Sorry.
I think Chrysalis is better right now.
The Iron Butterfly is perfect though.
That is Brad and the Iron Butterfly.
Okay, so dodgeballs are going to start flying. So Chris's plan is to. I don't know if I can post that one in the show notes.
It's Chitara. Thundercat.
Yes.
It's fine. I mean, dodgeballs are going to start flying. So is she still going to try to hide behind Brad? Obviously.
I mean, because she has to protect herself. I mean, you know.
Yep.
Brains before muscles.
She's got a swimsuit.
Yeah, man. And she's at that awkward age, man, where, like, she's not quite sure, like, what is that?
Yeah.
Like no. I was like, God damn it.
Yep. Yeah.
It's a very natural reaction to have done the math, but still also have it be, like, very much a kid reaction where you just, like, duck behind whoever's in front of you. But I do like the idea that Chris instantly did the mental calculus.
Yep.
I mean, she's like so awkward. She probably never even gets into a bathing suit.
Yeah.
In the summer, like she's that kid that wears shorts and a t-shirt, because like you know, and because she's 14, but she's a late bloomer too.
Yep.
And now all of a sudden she's wearing this ridiculous outfit.
Yep.
And she doesn't have the curves to fill it out either. You know, and big feet. Big hands. And long arms.
Yep.
But she's like, I mean, I secretly believe she will become a beauty of sorts. That's my hope. But it's not yet there. She will be the chrysalis that Mike so desperately wants to call her.
Sorry.
But until she gets there, she's going to hide behind Brad. And Brad's too dumb to realize she's hiding. She has a strategy. We have to go here, and you go first.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. He's all, and if anything, like she probably. So how would she direct him? So like specifically, I want to know like how it like. She's hiding behind him, but she has to grab him to position him. So is she grabbing his shoulders?
She's gonna grab the excess muscle fluff at the back.
So she's not really touching him.
The scruff.
She's like gonna grab like the muscle between the butt and the neck, like on the back, like
Poor boy. If
I mean,
this
because she doesn't want to touch anything of him that's real.
Yeah.
So the muscle outfit.
Yep.
Like, I mean, it's true, right?
It's
She's
true.
just muttering, ew, 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 ew.
Yep.
She's 14.
Yep.
Like, oh, cooties, cooties, cooties,
Cooties, cooties, cooties. Yep.
But it's survival
And
of
he's
the
just
fittest.
getting pelted with dodgeballs.
Oh yeah, so she grabs like the excess. There's probably is like a producer would have knotted it in the back to make the suit
Yeah.
tight. So there's like the scruff, like the little tail nub that she pulls to like steer him, and they both look up, and there is just this barrage of dodgeballs, like as far as the eye can see, like a hail coming down on them.
Like Welsh longbow arrows. Just
Yes. Yes. Yep.
Like in 300, where it's just like
Slow motion.
Like the shape.
Slow motion.
Go find in the shade.
She can see, like, it's going so slow, like, she can see the rotation on one of the dodgeballs. And it's just, like, just a barrage. Like, you feel them all hitting. Like, every one of them hits Brad, right? And she's using him as, like, a SWAT shield. And then,
Wait for it. You're gonna like. This is basically how she like grabs him.
Oh no!
Yep.
The Simpsons for the win.
Yep.
Always.
The show notes this week are fantastic. Thank you. And so it's that concussive force that wakes her up at the same time that the rest of them wake up. But I don't want them to be there. They're not at Lake Maybegon anymore. But since Sam was able to resist this, I think we'll end this week on how does Sam get them away from there. I want them to come to. So like if she had passed out too, I was going to have you all wake up in class the next day.
Well,
so how do we?
Let me try something.
Okay.
Can I activate the Sam? Sam would like to activate the Leaper network. So what I'm gonna have to do is slink over or just again stumble or
military crawl through the snow.
Right, yeah, exactly. Yeah, I was like military crawl through the through the snow.
Yep.
And say, "Hey, you nerds!" She doesn't know the lingo. Hey, you nerds! We're at Lake
Maybe gone.
Chris is at the Lake maybe gone. Come, if any one of you dorks has a car, come get us. And then she just like collapses onto the ground.
Perfect.
And so we have some rando leaper or multiple trying to find us.
Yeah. So that's all she knows. Like, so she's hoping. She's just hoping. She's just like the one. There's no cell phones. Everyone's passed out. She can barely stand up. So she just does the only thing she knows how is she tries to activate this network of nerds.
She gets on the walkie. I like the idea of Chris having like an emergency homing beacon on her somewhere.
So she just leaves it. She just leaves it. She leaves the CB on.
Yeah.
Like, she collapses onto it so they can like still find like the channel is still open so they can track her.
Yep. Okay. And that's where we're gonna end today.
Excellent.
Thank you, everybody. Yeah, that was great.
That was fun. Thanks for letting me grit my way through that. I know I didn't need to.
Oh no.
A cocktail glass behind the bar under the plastic plants. Found the lady with the fat diamond ring. And then you know I can't remember a damn thing. I think it's one of those deja vu things, or a dream is trying to tell me something, but will I ever stop thinking about it? I don't know. I doubt it. Subterranean by design. I wonder what I would find if I met you. Let my eyes caress you until I meet the thought of Mrs. Princess who.